Don't worry about it. The blessing is coming. It may not look like what you want it to look like, but it's coming. I'm going to share with you guys how God blessed me in an extraordinary way. And I was expecting a blessing, but I was not expecting it in the way that it came. So me and my mother has been pretty close the majority of my life. So what does that mean? That means we bumped heads a lot because we're a lot alike. So we love each other down and we clash a lot, right? Okay, well one day we got into this really, really bad situation. And mind you, we've always done jobs together. My mom trained me in the healthcare field and she trained me very well. Fast forward, we've done a lot of healthcare work together where we've taken care of private clients. And well, this one particular time, we got into this really bad situation and we fell out. The situation was so bad for me, mainly because I was also in the wilderness, guys. Like I was trying so hard to change so much about me soon. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I had to grow and walk with God to realize that this thing is a process. You're not going to change overnight. You know what I'm saying? It's layers. But yeah, so we fell out really bad. I went on a 3-day fast, no food whatsoever. I probably drank like 2 or 3 bottles of water. That's it, because like I needed a miracle. I was so defeated at that time in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in my Job season. I got on my knees and told God, tell the devil, hit me with your best shot, and baby, he was hitting me with combinations. So after this situation happened, man, I was crying to God. I wrote God a letter, like, something gotta give. And I had all these expectations and I don't want to say demands, but things I asked of him, you know, and please let it happen, God. And I am fasting for this, you know what I'm saying? Put me in a situation to never have to be in this situation again. You know, I asked for certain things to come into fruition. I'm going on this fast because that situation defeated me, guys. Like, I need y'all to understand how bad it was. Like, we didn't talk for about 2 months. Easy. Like, she didn't call me for my birthday, none of that. Like, it was really bad, right? And so, during this time, God sent me dreams. I promise it felt like every other night. Every other night, bro. And she was always in my dreams. And it was always something crazy happening, and then I'm overtaking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, something happens, like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this? And then there's light at the end of the tunnel, and she was always in the dreams, right? And so when I was getting these dreams, oh, how I am misinterpreting it. I'm just like, God got a blessing coming my way. I'm going through it now, but I'm gonna come up out of this, you know. And I'm thinking about all the things that I asked him for before I went on that fast, and how I broke it down, and how he told me it would be good. So I'm excited. Sis ain't even gonna have to worry about me, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna never be in a situation like this again, because God didn't do it for me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, like I said, it was over like a course of 2 months, and it felt like every other day. I mean, consistently, he's sending me these visions, right? And so when it gets to, like, I can't remember all of them, but I remember the last 2, and I'm going to tell you guys about them. So the last 2 dreams, right? The first one, the second to the last, is like me and all of my family, my dad's side and my mom's side, together was at this retreat, right? And we're all hanging out, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to the liquor store. We're out of wine. And so I'm getting ready to leave, and my uncle grabbed my arm. He's sitting on the couch, and he said, looks at me, he says, baby, and it's my Uncle Fisher. He says, baby, your mama love you and she'll do anything for you. And I looked at him, and you know, even in the dream, I could feel my hesitance. Like, I felt like how I was feeling currently, and I was just like, I know him. And I just kept walking, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I was kind of like, you know, like in the dream, this is what I'm feeling like this, right? And so my mom kind of meets me while I'm walking to go to the liquor store. Like, I'm going to the car, and we're just chatting it up, talking, and she gives me the money for it. And then I walk outside, and I took to see these 3 ladies in the car, and it's broke down. And I want to give them a ride. So I'm like, hey, y'all okay? Oh, yeah, we got it. So I'm asking them, like, where do you need to go? One girl was like, it's 30 minutes down the road. Another girl was like, girl, she lying. It's going to be longer than 8. Either way, I was like, well, I'm sorry. You know, I don't have that much time to give to y'all. I hope, you know, because I was like, I ain't going to be driving all across the road with these girls. That's what I was thinking. So I was like, well, I hope y'all get it taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And I get in the car to go get the wine. So while I'm on my way to get the wine, somehow I like pull over to the side. It's almost like a strip, kind of like a beachfront strip, you know, like where the beach is at the end, and then the strip, like going toward the beach, going toward that, it's like stores lined up all around with the road, and you know what I'm saying? And then eventually it kind of slopes down toward the beach area. This is how it is in my right? And so I'm walking over to the stores, you know, and I'm talking to this girl. I'm asking her, like, I think I was asking her for directions about something. And she was like, yeah, you can't drive that way. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, water was starting to rise where we were standing at. And then a snake slithers through our legs, and I scream, right? And then I look around me, and there are snakes all over the ground, everywhere. I I jump on the back of this person. I don't know who he is, but I jump on his back. And he's like walking me out of the, like, over the snake. And we're laughing. Like, this is when I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm just laughing on his back, holding on for dear life while he's stepping over the snakes, getting me out of there. You know what I'm saying? And I wake up. So I'm like, whew, you know. Now let me tell you the last vision he sent me before we rekindled our relationship. Last one, it was this big old storm, and this guy used to work at my job. I'll call him Kyle just to keep from saying his real name. Kyle got fired. He was a nurse here, but I liked Kyle a lot. He was really cool, stayed to himself. You know, a lot of people didn't like him because he was really quiet and blunt, but Kyle was good to me, and so I think Kyle was okay. But Kyle is in my dream, and he has this big old hammer, and he's knocking the walls down. He's knocking holes in my house. It's like a big old two-story house, right? And somehow I end up at sea, shall I say. I'm on the water. I'm like on a surfboard and I'm swimming. It was a huge storm that came, and my kids, I see my kids are on shore, and like that's just, you know how dreams just switch crazily, like, right? Like so I'm riding the waves, and my kids are like, Mom, they're at the shore, they're waving, and you know I'm just going. I mean, the water is, the tides are high, and I'm surfing, baby. I'm on them, like I'm getting them. And then I get to the shore, my kids are rejoicing and jumping up and down like, Mom, you made it. And then so I go to the house, and that's when I seen Kyle like knocking in my walls, right? It started with me in the water. And then when I got to land, I saw him knocking the walls out of the house, and I go in the house, and I'm like, what's going on? And I see the roof is caving in, and I'm like, what is that? Because stuff is leaking out of it, like it's about to just, and I was like, is that honey? So I'm like, is that honey? And my mom was like, yeah, that's honey. And I was like, we got to get out of here. The roof is caving in. You know what I'm saying? And so when I wake up, I'm rejoicing, y'all. I am so happy because I'm like, I've been going through it, and the dream I was going through, I overcame. I am going to get to the land of milk and honey. God is going to bless me with all the stuff I've been praying for. I'm thinking about all the stuff I done asked him for, y'all. I'm hyped. I'm hyped because I know I'm finna get it. It wasn't until a few weeks passed by after me and my mom started back talking that God helped me to realize us rekindling our relationship was the blessing. The milk and honey was us being able to come into an agreement with each other and love each other like mother and daughter should love each other. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't the blessing I was praying for, but I thank God it was the blessing that he gave me. You know what I'm saying? So know that God will bless you according to his will and not yours, because what you think you need is not always what you need. You know what I'm saying? I was praying for my financial burdens to be removed from me. You know, God put me in this kind of situation, move this for me, so I won't have to do jobs with her again. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we're, you know, because that's where my mind was at the time, and God was looking like, baby, the blessing is going to be y'all coming into an agreement. You know what I'm saying? Because mother, you're supposed to love your daughter. Daughter, you're supposed to love your mother. And parents, you're not supposed to have your children be quick to anger. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll put the scripture in there for sure. Y'all know me, I'm gonna put the scripture in there. But I'm just saying, you know, I was praying for God to put me in a situation to not have to speak to my mother, depend on her, and God put me in a situation to where I could grow and make it to the kingdom, baby. I'm gonna put you in a situation where y'all can grow together, and you're also not sinning because you're not holding on to this hurt and this resentment. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think the things that we ask for are surface level. You know, we don't tend to ask for the things that heal us. You know what I'm saying? God was working and blessing me in the sense of internally. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna heal you from the inside. What I was asking him for and fasting for were surface things. You know what I'm saying? Things that could have put me in a better place in society, but not mentally. You know what I'm saying? Not emotionally. And so I just want you guys to know, God's blessings and promises don't always look like what you think it should.